What's up, everybody? Welcome to the very first episode of Jonny Says So. Let's get right into it. It is 2 minutes to midnight as I'm recording this on February 1st, and it sounds like we are going into an all-out trade war with our closest military and economic ally. Yeah, may you live in interesting times, I guess. That's all there is to say about it, man. There was some fake news earlier today that, this thing was going to be stalled until March, but that doesn't seem to be the case, as I'm about to show you here.
Mr. President, is there anything China, Canada, and Mexico can do tonight to forestall your implementation of tariffs tomorrow?
No, nothing. Not right now, no.
Not a negotiating tool?
No, it's not. No, it's a pure economic. We have big deficits with, as you know, with all three of them. And in one case, they're sending massive amounts of fentanyl, killing hundreds of thousands of people a year with the fentanyl. And in the other two cases, they're making it possible for this poison to get in, number one. And number two, we have big deficits, and it's something we're doing. And we'll possibly very substantially increase it. We're not. We'll see how it is. But it's a lot of money coming to the United States. As you know, we have about a $200 billion deficit with Canada, getting close to $200 billion. They've treated us very unfairly. And I say, why should we be subsidizing Canada? It's wonderful. I have so many friends in Canada. It's a great place.
Is there a concession you're looking for, sir?
No, we're not looking for a concession. And we'll just see what happens. All
right. I'm going to stop it right there. There absolutely is a concession he's looking for, though. It's been said multiple times. I'm going to go to this gentleman here who laid this out just yesterday.
This tariff model is simply to shut their borders with respect America. If we are your biggest trading partner, show us the respect, shut your border, and end fentanyl coming into this country. So it is not a tariff per se. It is an action of domestic policy. Shut your border and stop allowing fentanyl into our country, killing our people. So this is a separate tariff to create action from Mexico and action from Canada. And as far as I know, they are acting swiftly. And if they execute it, there will be no tariff. And if they don't, then there will be. But it's an action-oriented model.
So that just goes to show you how quickly the news cycle moves, because there's definitely going to be some tariffs. And how we're responding to it is not good. Not good at all. We are talking about a CERB-style relief package. So, in other words, we're going to be kicking the can down the road and printing money to put a Band-Aid on the solution, just like we did during COVID there. Let's take a look.
It's a date Canada is trying to scratch off Donald Trump's calendar, but one the new White House press secretary says is firm.
As far as I'm still tracking, and that was last night talking to the president directly, February 1st is still on the books. The president has said that he is very much still considering that for February 1st. The February 1st date for Canada and Mexico still holds.
If the 25% tariffs are imposed, the federal government is considering a pandemic-like relief package for workers and companies.
There it is.
As first reported by the Globe and Mail. A source told Global News it will ultimately depend on the extent of Trump's decision.
As if we weren't sending them enough signals that we're going to put on retaliatory tariffs and whatnot. We're clearly sending the signal that we're buckling in for the long haul. So, yeah, it's not good. Let's take a look at what Jagmeet Singh has to say here.
We can't just wait 2 months. If these tariffs happen in a couple of days and then the impact starts to be felt by these workers, we can't wait till the end of March before any action is taken. That would be irresponsible, and that would let these workers down. That's why I'm being very serious. We got to recall Parliament, as the Conservative leader said as well. Recall Parliament.
Okay, so now he wants to work with the Conservatives. Now he wants to do a non-confidence vote. Man, this is, it's not a good time for Canada right now. We don't even have a functioning government. Okay? Like, this is the worst crisis we've seen in a very long time. It's going to be devastating, not just for us, by the way, but for Americans. Now, there's a lot of hope that, maybe this is just a negotiating tactic, Maybe we're going to get our shit together and we're going to start, working together with our neighbors to the south. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen until we get an election. Now, I'm going to show you somebody who's going to make a little bit more sense.
We are a week away now from American tariffs with almost all certainty. There's a real concern, I'm sure you've heard it in this region, about the potential impacts. I'm wondering if you can tell our viewers one specific thing, if you were in power, that you would do to respond to those.
Well, I don't want to, if you don't mind, I'd like to list a few things. One would obviously...
The more you want to list, the better. I think
you.
People would like to get some specifics about how we're going to tackle this.
President Trump is a deal maker. He wants to win, but we're both going to lose as Americans and Canadians.
He's right.
We get into a trade war. So what I would say is, how do we position the decision for him so that he understands that America can only win if it allows open, unbridled free trade with Canada? So I would retaliate, and I would target products and services that, A, we don't need, B, we can make ourselves, and C, that we can buy elsewhere so that we maximize impact on the Americans while minimizing impact on Canadians. Secondly, I would pass an emergency, bring it home tax cut on work, investment, making stuff in Canada, energy, home building, so that we can stimulate more economic growth here. Three, we need to become more self-sufficient. That means knocking down barriers, more interprovincial free trade. We have freer trade with the Americans today than we do with ourselves. We have to knock down those barriers, build pipelines, LNG liquefaction.
Yeah, I'm going to pause it right there because what he's saying there is so true. Especially, if we're going to be so fucked if we try to put retaliatory tariffs on oil. Like, as if things aren't bad enough with the carbon tax, but could you imagine if we pay the Americans to send them our oil to refine for us and then send it back up to us so we can use it? It's absolutely asinine that the two countries are dependent on foreign oil. We should be working together. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I know... it's great to protect the environment, go green, this and that, yada, yada, yada. But the point is, both Canada and the United States, for 4 years now under Biden and even longer under Trudeau, it seems like we've been doing everything ourselves, everything in their power to just, to make us dependent on foreign oil. Nobody's really told us where the carbon tax money is going. Right? Like... I'm still driving to work. Like, I still have to heat my home. That might be a topic for another video. I don't want to get bogged down in that.
Facilities to sell our stuff to the world without having to go through the Americans. If they're going to be an unreliable trade partner, we've got to find ways to sell more to ourselves and more to the rest of the world.
Do you see it as a dollar-for-dollar retaliation?
I would say so, yeah. It has to hit hard. And, again...
It's a little bit worrying that he has the same rhetoric as, Trudeau, Mark Carney, and Jagmeet Singh about, a dollar-for-dollar retaliation. That's a little bit troublesome, but I'm encouraged that he thinks the same. He wants to make Canada self-sufficient. Trump wants to make America self-sufficient. I feel like the two of them... I'm not even convinced Trump knows who this man is. Danielle Smith went down there to talk to him. Maybe something's going on behind the scenes. I don't know, but I haven't heard about Poilievre reaching out to Trump. Nothing. As the next incoming prime minister, more than likely. Yeah, I feel like he should have a seat at the table, but nope. Nope, we're just going to have a prorogued parliament and absolutely nothing going on.
We have to be very pinpoint and surgical to make sure we're maximizing impact on the American side while minimizing impact on our side.
All right. Well, I don't know really what else there is to say about it. By the time I upload this thing, something else is probably going to hit the news, but yeah, we'll be keeping an eye on it. Let me know what you think down in the comments. We'll see you in the next one.